Todd, obviously you've been, playing behind seniors your entire career, basically. What's it been like so far, just kind of, moving up to being on that first team, basically, and being sort of the older guy in the safety corps?
I always got reps ever since I was a freshman, so I knew what it was like to play on the SC level. But, being the older guy now, it's pretty important to me. I like to take pride in being the leader of the back end in the group. Cam Sutton and I do what we can to help the young guys learn as best as they can.
How are you trying to do that? What have you learned from Randolph and McNeil about how to be that guy, and how have you tried to put that into action?
Just sit down with the young guys and watch as much film as possible. Make sure that we are communicating back and forth, and if they don't know something, to come to me and ask. When I was a younger guy, I went to the older guys and I didn't know anything, and they helped me out the most. And so now that I'm a veteran, I look to these guys for them to be an example.
How much tougher are Juwan Jennings and Preston Williams in coverage for you guys this year compared to last year?
They've improved tremendously. They put in the work, and when you put in the work, you get the results, and that's what they've done. They've worked hard every day, and they push each other, and we push each other. And when you do that every day, you both get better. So that's what they've been doing.
What have been your impressions of Rashawn Galden now that he's worked with you guys back at safety center?
He loves it back there. All he wants to do is play ball. He see ball, find ball. So he has a lot of energy, and we call him the Energizer Bunny. He just likes to bounce around and get to the ball. I'm sitting down with him, watching a lot of film, and just making sure he understands the safety aspects of this defense.
That hit he laid on Lacey today during your team stuff, have you guys seen a lot of that during camp?
I didn't see the hit, but I'm sure it was pretty good. I don't really know.
How tough was last year for him? Because he was so ready. He kind of waited his turn his freshman year, and he was kind of ready to maybe break out, and then he got hurt. How tough was it for him last year sitting out?
It was really tough. He's actually my roommate, and so when we got the news, Derek and I made sure that we took care of him, but he took it pretty hard. So I let him know that he got the red shirt and sit back and watch the entire season. And I said, make sure you learn from this experience, and when you get back next year, let's get it rock and rolling. So now I'm glad he's back there with me.
For you, what did you learn from Brian and Daryl? Those guys have played so much in this league, and so much experience and so much production. What did you take from them now that they've moved on?
Just to watch film and go as hard as you can, and make sure that the guys under you are looking up to you as an example. I looked up to both of those guys as an example, and now that I'm a veteran, I hope that the young guys do the same with me.
Okay, what do you see from Jason Carew as he transitions into the tight end? How is kind of a matchup with that?
He's really athletic. He's also strong and likes to be physical, and so that's what you want in the tight end. So, it's a gradual process for him, but every day he's getting better, and he's learning, listening to his coaches, and doing as they ask. So he's working hard and doing what he's supposed to do.
What does Micah bring to the table moving back to safety that you've seen so far?
He's really smart. He picks up on things really easily, and when you need him for something, he'll listen and do what you ask. And he's also very athletic, smooth in the hips, and he gets from point A to point B really quickly. So he's a great athlete, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do at safety.
What have you tried to
improve? I've already been asked, but just Coach Shoup and the transition to his defense, what are some of the differences that you know? What are some of the things that stick out to you about his system?
Not much. I mean, he wants basically, team, passion, and togetherness. That's what he strives about, forcing turnovers. Basically what every defense wants. He wants a championship defense. So that's what he wants to bring to the table, and that's what we're working for. In terms of terminology, we're basically keeping everything the same. He's keeping it pretty easy for us. So, he's most likely transitioning into our defense versus us transitioning into his.
Do you feel it's a little more aggressive? Everybody talks about wanting to force more turnovers. Does that mean playing more aggressive?
I would say so, whatever it takes. I mean, whatever he tells us to do, that's what we're going to do. But he likes being very aggressive, getting after the quarterback, getting after the running back, and stopping the run. So that's what we're going to try to do and, bring a lot of pressure.
How much did he recruit you when I guess he was at Vanderbilt? Did you kind of know him before he got here?
Yeah,
recruiting?
I knew him, but I'm at the only school in Tennessee that's important. So that's all we're worried about right now.
Did you say anything to him when he got here about his days at Vanderbilt? Or
he teased me. He just said he's happy to be at Tennessee, and that he kind of knew I was going to come here just because it's so special, the tradition, 1 or 2, 455. That's what it's all about. So I just teased him and smiled because I didn't really have anything else to say.
Were there any specific things you did in the offseason to try to improve coming into this year? Anything you focused on?
My speed and my footwork. I feel like if I perfect that, and also watching more film, the plays that I've made in the past have been strictly on watching film and knowing where I'm supposed to be and, basically what I'm supposed to do. And so, like I said, just teaching the young guys the habits, what it takes to be a veteran. And I'm still learning too. I'm still a sophomore right now. I'm a rising junior, so I have a lot to improve on, and that's why I'm glad we're doing this spring practice, the 15 practices. I always do something wrong every day, but I make sure that the next practice I don't do the same mistake.
Where else are you trying to improve your own game, basically? Where do you feel like you can expand and get better?
I mean, I guess I'll see after today. I really just take what the coaches tell me and feed off of them. I feel like they have a lot of experience, and I need to listen to them. So when they tell me to perfect something, that's what I do.
How much can it benefit Evan to be in your position groups? It looks like he's with you guys every day, even though he can't do the drills and he's not participating. How much can that help him to kind of observe and be with you guys every day?
It helps a lot, and he's actually in charge of keeping up with turnovers and basically encouraging us how to get turnovers, when to get turnovers. And so, everybody knows how fast he is, how athletic he is. So to sit back and listen to the terminology and listen how everything works and watch how everything works in the back end is really going to help. He's going to help us this year in the back end.
How do you think you and Rashawn play off of each other right now? How do you guys kind of complement each other?
I mean, we play well. Right now I'm at free safety, he's at strong safety. So we just try to play our strengths as best as we can. We still have to work on, our disguising and during coverages and stuff like that. It's only practice 6, so we have a long way to go. I feel like we can complement each other really well this season.
What have you seen from Steven Griffin? He looks like he's bulked up even more, and he's already a pretty tall guy.
Big hits, pads popping all the time. He delivers a blow basically every day to one offensive player. And he just listens. He's open ears. Every time he comes off the field, he asks me what he did wrong, how he can improve. And, that's one guy that has taken big strides from year 1 to year 2. So I expect a lot of big things out of him this year.
Josh Smith looks pretty feisty out here, a wide receiver today. Is that something that you've seen different in him and maybe being even more vocal and challenging guys?
I think he's just mad because Webb beat CAK when we played him. And I told him Webb would beat CAK when he was there. So I don't know. I think he's still a little salty about that. But he's very physical. He's a leader for the receiver group. He's one of the older guys. And he actually got the red shirt as well because he got hurt in the Oklahoma game my freshman year. So he sat back and watched the older guys and seeing how they've been taking over. But, he's really excited about that.
Thanks.